right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's your boy Brian James. I'm back with my guy Philly guy. What's good, Philly?
Man, look, it's the last day. Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up. That's exactly
Let's wrap it up,
that's how I
man.
feel right now, man. And this is ps5 national championship. Probably the longest drawn out playoffs I've ever experienced. But yeah, that's nothing new with the PS5 side, right?
No. I mean, it's happened all season. Why should it be any different right now?
Nothing different. It's gonna end the same way it's been rolling. So, with that being said, we got a lot of stuff that we're gonna be dropping. A lot of people are gonna be disappointed because everybody can't go, Philly. Everybody can't go. You know what I mean? Like we doing some new things. We got some new things in motion for 26. And like I said, the scenario is this: everybody can't go. We had fun. Xbox side had a remarkable time. We had a great time, ravaging good time on the Xbox side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I've noticed about the Xbox side, there's a distinctive group of players that have been playing together and they know each other for a long time. So the camaraderie is a little bit different opposed to the PS5 side, when you got a few guys that know each other, a few guys that don't, and then you got the randoms. You know what I mean? So my thing is, this year, you can't be everybody can't be included. You can't be too inclusive this year. You can't include everybody because we have a systematic way of doing things here. And when you include people that probably aren't used to being introduced to structure, you gotta part ways. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we plan on. That's what we plan on doing this year. Something a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go in full detail about it tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern on our stream. Yeah. But yeah, it's everybody can't go, Philly guy. That's what's been my moral this year. The moral of the story, the lesson I learned this year is everybody can't go.
Yeah, and I hate to see you get to this point because you're a very kind-hearted, giving man. You know what I mean? You understand. You have children of your own. You have a job. You have a relationship. You got family responsibilities. And when you have people act like these things don't exist, when these words are foreign, concepts are foreign, you're wasting people's time. Now I hate to say it, but I'll say it. Back in my day, the playoffs was played all in one day. You couldn't duck nobody.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, everybody can't.
Everybody's
not going to be able to go, Philly guy, because
you couldn't do it.
Time is of the essence. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And in that sense, playoffs, I don't know. We did a beta tournament in 3 hours.
Yeah, we did.
Just as many guys
we did.
that we have in the league. We did a beta tournament in 3 hours, right? And this is just guys anxious, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? We've given out. Damn near everybody in the Discord got a beta code this year, and so
yeah, and we gave EA feedback. They wanted to know.
Gave EA guys feedback, all this different stuff that we're doing over here. And like I said, man, next year, this coming year, it's gonna be a lot of changes. A lot of people ain't gonna like these changes, but everybody can't go. And that's what I've been trying to tell. That's what I've been trying to tell myself, explain this to myself. Like, yo, everybody can't go. And Madden Underground, it's an exclusive fraternity of Madden players, college players now, and things like that. And we got to keep it that way. You can't just include anybody, because a lot of people don't appreciate being here. They don't even understand what it means to be here. A lot of guys they came for the beta codes, and they came and got beta codes, and they didn't even deserve this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like look, everybody can't go. And as you can see, once this game is over, the Discord server is going to look a little bit different. You may go to talk and may not be able to, depending on how you perform this year. So just, if you're still able to talk in the chat, kudos to you. If you aren't able to talk in the chat, don't inbox me. I'll inbox you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might be a general chat type of person. So I'm just saying, we about to get this game underway. It's going to be fun. But like I said, everybody can't go. A lot of people are asking how these team things, how we going to select teams. Hey, man. We had dudes that followed the instructions that we had. We promoted. We have a subscription thing. Every time somebody didn't pay a subscription, guess what that meant? That meant we had to stop everything we were doing, track down the guys that didn't, get their money, wait on them to send their money, for the process to go, for the process to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's gonna be a little different this year. And like I said, what's the motto this year? Everybody can't go.
They can't go.
Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. Everybody gonna hear what we doing. Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's fire. When do I sign up? You don't, bro. You don't. Because everybody can't go. And you might not be one of those guys that can. So, like I said, just letting that be known. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's
gonna be a lot of fun.
There's a lot of guys running leagues and they just want bodies. We don't need that. We don't need bodies. We don't. I'm cool running one league. I'm cool running one league. I'm cool running two leagues. Madden, college. We don't need bodies. We got enough people. You know what I'm saying? We got enough. We got enough good players, good punctual players, good quality players that are here and ready to go. So if you're one of those guys that's kind of like here, half in, half out, we want dedicated dudes, bro. So with that being said, we're waiting for this game to start, and we're gonna see what happens.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to the announcement tomorrow. And I had an opportunity to watch these two teams, win their respective games to get to this point.
Yeah.
Based on that, I'm honestly, I just got to tell you, I really feel like Arkansas is a team with destiny. I do.
These are the two best teams in the league. These are, when you look at, like, we played several seasons of college and Xbox, and I don't think we had 96 defenses and 95 offenses and things like that. But these are highly powered teams,
Oh, no, for sure. But, I mean, one of these teams has a running back that he got out of the portal, used to play for your school.
No, he didn't.
And, he looks like he's a problem. So, I'm a huge fan of Jay Savvy. I finally got a chance to actually play him. I'm looking forward to next season. College or Madden, it don't matter. So I've seen the talent on this team. I've seen his coaching adjustments, and yeah, I like what he's bringing to the table, man. We always see him come so close, but I have a feeling that he's locked in. He's gonna put this to bed and get ready for 26, which comes out Monday morning on the West Coast at 9 a.m. and 12 noon on the East Coast.
Yeah. You got guys thinking that's gonna come out at some point in time tomorrow. Good luck to those guys that are hoping and praying and waiting that it happens. But I would actually expect it to happen around the time you're saying. If it happens earlier, great. Kudos. We can play earlier. I'll actually be able to play because when it drops, I'll be at work. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what goes on with it. I know we're gonna be doing a live stream on Monday, breaking down certain things in the game, talking about things that are happening. But yeah, we got a lot of activities planned. I know guys are excited about the Dynasty. We got a lot of things planned for college. We got a lot of things planned for Madden. But like I said, we only want the guys that actually they want to be here. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a guy that's kind of here, kind of out, you got things. Go do the things that you got to do. We don't want to stop you from life. You know what I mean? If life gets to life, go take care of life, buddy. You know what I mean? But we want guys that actually want to be here, guys that want to actually participate and compete and make sure,
Yeah. Now you got that black and gold logo up there, man. That joint's looking kind of clean. When I'm looking down at my sliders right now. It's definitely time for a new pair. So when we're gonna be able to get some of these new logo merch? When you gonna be dropping that stuff? When are we gonna be able to order some stuff for the summer and then some stuff for the fall?
We're gonna be dropping a lot of stuff soon, man. A lot of stuff soon. We got some merch. We can get a hoodie, get a t-shirt, college football undergrounds t-shirt, all that stuff. So, we'll have all that stuff ready for you when the season starts. All that stuff be ready for registration. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. I like that black and gold, man. That joint's clean.
So we got a
All right.
game,
Who you
man.
picking, man? Who you picking?
I'm going Arkansas, the number one team. I played him. He's
Mm-hmm.
acceptable to the run, but I think he's gonna be running. I think Alabama's gonna be running QB draw, so it could go either way. But I'm gonna go with Arkansas.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Alabama, they got here, but you know, they were a woody timeout away from maybe not getting here at all. So let's see what they do with their second chances as we wrap up this final game of college football 25 for Madden Underground,
Oh,
PS5 edition.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Woo!
Let's get this done and over with, so we can get on with our lives.
Well, you know, and that being said, man, what were your overall impressions of college football 25 this year?
Uh, College 25. College 25 was a great game. It was the best football game made in years. Let's just put it that way. It was a great game.
Okay.
See what happens, man. See what happens. Great game in my opinion, though.
I think that's fair. Second and 7. RPO action. It was a great read. He gets the first down.
You got VTech in the chat saying these dudes don't make playoffs on Xbox. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but
Well, we're going to find out next year, ain't we?
yeah, we'll find out. I would say they would make playoffs, but I'll probably say they probably would get a lot of their games sim. So you might be right in that sense. They may not make playoffs because their games got sim because they took too long to play them. So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to tune in tomorrow to learn more about what 26 is going to be looking like. You know, some people they got gifted some good ass teams, you know, and they made the most of it. You know, let's be real. They got some good ass teams, and they made some noise with it. But you know, there's some other people that didn't have as many weapons, and maybe that happens in 26.
No, yeah,
Maybe that happens in 26.
it's gonna be a little different, man. You know, like I said, the guys that subscribe, they're at a huge advantage because they followed instructions. You know what I'm saying? They kept everything fluent to a certain extent. We was able to get things rolling, keep things rolling at all times because of those guys. We didn't have to track those guys down and get their payments and you know and all that other stuff. Those guys were locked in, they were dedicated, and they put their money where their mouth was and let it be known. So we gonna reward those dudes. Like a lot of people are saying, "Why?" I told y'all up front, like like the guys that kept their subscriptions, you know, and dudes still backed out, let their subscriptions, you know, expire, you know. So, yep. So that's what I said, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the guys that was dedicated, the guys that was winning, guys that was, you know, so we had guys that were locked in. And we gonna reward those dudes. Why we punish those guys? Why would we make you general population when you're a VIP? You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. We put you no. You get the bottle service girls with the fireworks and no, we're not putting.
Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we got the champ in the building, and has he seen the? Has he seen the artwork that you've been putting together yet?
No. Anything I posted, it was approved by whoever before I posted it. So yeah, he saw it. He approved it. He said it was dope. So I let it fly. I posted it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There we go. Drop back, and we got a sack. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, 4th and 2. You definitely don't want to be holding on to the rock. You know,
And
you got to get rid of it.
We had guys like Sprint say things like, you know, give me Honcho week 1. I'll show him what it's a little different when the PS5 guys are here, and I think it'll be fun to see. You know what I'm saying? I like that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? I like that kind of energy. I want guys to come out and say they want to play Honcho. They want to beat Honcho. Honcho won 5 natties this year. 5 natties. 5 national championships. This man walked away with. And what can you say?
Well, I mean, I I think it's one thing when you're looking on the outside in. And anybody that feels like, oh, if I was there, I'd have been a difference maker. Yeah, kind of no. Kind of no.
Yeah.
So, all of that's going to be put to rest. We've talked about that with crossplay. We've talked about there's no more ducking, no more running, no more excuses. Everybody's going to have their opportunity to make a name for themselves. So,
and even with that too, like I said, everything with college football this season was basically an experiment. We were trying to see what we could do, what we couldn't do, what was available, what worked, what didn't work, and things like that. And we noticed, and things that we noticed that are trends in both leagues. One of the trends that I noticed in both leagues were if you had a higher rated team, and you didn't want to play a person that was kind of tough. You try to wait them out and get the fair sim because your team was rated higher. That's dead.
yeah.
That's dead this year too. So we got something for those guys too. So we got you're gonna have to play. You're gonna have to lock in, or you're gonna be taking a lot of L's. We ain't got time for that this year, man. So hold it, bring that back. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be dropping a lot of that stuff for you guys tomorrow. Give you guys a chance to ask questions, get your questions answered. And
Yeah, I mean, I hope so because you had cats that tried to finesse, you had cats that had better teams, and then
nothing you can do about better teams, bro. That's part of the game.
no, not like that. But I'm saying, like there needs to be perspective. There needs to be perspective on what you were able to accomplish because you may or may not be in that same position. Beautiful throw. You may not be in that same position next year, and that's the one thing that I hate hearing is people making a lot of excuses. Oh well, if I would have gotten this animation, if this would have happened, I would have won. I'm like, bro, just take your L.
Take your L, bro.
Because you don't say that when you get your wins. When you don't say, oh yeah, if that person would have got the animation, we would be on the losing side, but they didn't, and that's why I'm here. And I agree with you 100% there, Hancho. People conveniently not streaming. We can't have, see, that's the main thing. And Hancho, you know this. You know that everything here is trial and error. So, we want people to feel comfortable. And we want to see how they act. You get to see the real them.
Yep. When people comfortable, when they're comfortable, they do things, they say things, they get to say things, doing things. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And we notice, we say things, we sit back and watch, and then it's like, okay, when you get comfortable and you find yourself like, hey man, why did I get an invite? You was too comfortable. Mm-hmm. You got too comfortable, buddy. So
yeah. But it's to me it's sad because these are very simple instructions that you lay out every year.
Simple.
And the opportunities for growth and advancement. People don't realize this, but you're missing out on so many opportunities that you could have.
Another turnover on downs, man.
I mean, look.
Another turnover on downs.
You can run the quarterback play as often as you want, but you haven't established anything else. So.
Well, that's not even working right now. So my thing, and that's why I tell you that play that took him all the way to the playoffs in Xbox. You know what I mean? It clearly took him to the Natty in PS5, but he didn't have this team in Xbox, and he made the playoffs. So this team is 96 defense, 95 offense, or something crazy like that. So
yeah, and you see the difference in talent. The execution. When you have better players, of course everything's going to play differently. Of course the game is going to get sped up. Of course the windows are going to get smaller. That's just football. But right now I'm not seeing any good decision making on his part. It's early in the ball game. You were down 7. You could have easily punted the ball. Field position is everything.
Definitely.
Field position is everything. So.
Definitely.
I'm man. Look, I am looking forward to This is for the first time in a long time, both games, because I feel like we finally getting what we deserve. You
Man,
know, as fans of the game, we
I
finally
can't
getting
say
what we
that.
deserve.
I am looking forward to Madden. Like I'm looking forward to Madden the way I was looking forward to college last year. That's
I
how
agree.
I'm looking forward to Madden this year. And like I said, if you play in the Madden League, we got some crazy stuff over there going. So we got just make sure you guys sign up when the time comes. That way you get your spot and your spot is
Yeah.
secured. You know. So
Yeah. Now I got a question for you.
yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Uh huh.
how good do you think Assassin is in Gears of War?
Well, I don't know. I don't concern
So
myself with those types
so
of
that's
things.
is that a 2, 3?
I would assume he's pretty good at it. He's a gamer. You know what I mean? Most gamers are good at most games, any game. You know, so I would assume he's pretty good.
All right. All right. All right. Well, we're going to see because, you know, Madden Underground, you know, people play Call of Duty, they play Mario Kart, play Gears of War, play 2K.
And Hancho, I totally agree.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know,
He
Black
said a
Phoenix,
solid 3 at best.
you know, shout out to him. Hopefully, you know, little mama enjoyed the fireworks yesterday. Wasn't scared too much.
Yeah, my kids don't.
Good to see him in the building.
My kids don't like fireworks, man.
Well, they smart.
Yeah, like I appreciate it because I ain't got to spend no money on nothing. You know,
Ooh, that should have been picked.
that should have been a pick.
Yeah. Yep. See, there she goes. Thought she was in a safe environment. She went with daddy. They shooting. Not having it.
Yeah, man. So like I said, man, tomorrow 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, all the information you guys been waiting for. We'll have those answers for you. We'll have the answer on how teams will be selected. How when the season will start. What activities we'll have during the preseason. All that stuff. You know, so
Can't keep running away. Far side.
he
Love
said
it.
do it tonight. Nah, I'll do it tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, I'll allow you to throw a few questions in the chat. And if they ain't gonna mess up the stream tomorrow, then I'll answer them. But outside of that, tournament, yes, there will be a tournament. I'll answer that one. There will be a tournament.
Okay. Little screen game going.
Is
And
B. James Penn State again after further review?
No.
Hell no.
No. No. Yeah. These ain't the Titans.
It's the Titans, bro.
These ain't the Titans.
I have no loyalty to these children.
There you go. All right, here it is. Play the game. Play the game. This could be it. Could be it for Bama. 4th and 3.
Is Philly, Nebraska again? Probably not. This is the game right here. If he doesn't get this, and that zig route is not going to be open.
Yeah. You know, Black Phoenix. Thank
God he didn't throw the zig because it wasn't open.
Yeah, that's that. It's TBD. You know, as the Big Ten undefeated British champion, I gotta look and I gotta see what's out there in front of me. You know, we proved something in the little mini tournament that we had, and you know, maybe we return to Nebraska, maybe we don't.
Nebraska's actually good. Like they're not bad this year, bro. Like they
did. I think there's a couple of players. You know, once the full ratings drop, we need to see what they're working with.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, they definitely, you know, they're solid.
Pick.
But are
they
SEC
that
solid?
should have been a pick.
That should have been picked. You know, are they SEC solid? I don't know. SEC runs 16 teams deep. If you haven't looked, if you don't know, but
so wait,
yeah, man, we're gonna talk about all that tomorrow. You know,
you wear medium, right, Assassin? I gotta make sure because I think we're out of mediums. I think he said medium. If he said medium, that's why you're waiting for this still. Just waiting the mediums to come in for the new batch.
Here we go. 4th and goal. And this time, he's able to punch it in.
Okay, I got you. I'll shoot you a large this weekend. This upcoming weekend.
There you go. All right. Bama fighting to stay alive. 7-14. Better to be lucky than good. Two passes could have easily been pick six. Ends up being 6 on the board with an extra point, making it 7. And Bama's down to score.
Yeah, I got you on the hat too for sure.
I love it.
Are we?
Black Phoenix. See.
Are we doing the alumni
You just gotta
system?
wait. You just gotta wait till tomorrow, man.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
You know what I mean? He's asking all the. I know he got his pen and pad.
No, he's
out.
asking
He's asking all the right questions.
All the right questions.
Right. This man's a true professional.
He's asking all the right questions. He's like, yo, I just went back to school, and I'm attending the University of Alabama.
How about it?
Taking night classes at Alabama.
Online.
No lie.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, man.
All right. Arkansas. Now, keep in mind with all these moves, as they move the chains here, looking unstoppable in this first half, they do get the ball back.
They do get the ball back.
They do get the ball back. So, even though Alabama scored, they need to tighten up here.
Online
definitely want to make sure.
Online definitely counts.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's saying that it doesn't. But, so does the position that you pick it from. Oh, look at the blocking. I love it. Probably should have kept that to the outside, but, he cut it up. Clock is moving. It's under 2 minutes. And Arkansas is looking unstoppable. There they go. Right. Why not? Why not?
A lot of people looking at that LSU roster. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. We're not giving out no nuggets, bro.
Nah.
We're not giving out no nuggets.
I'll give out a nugget.
Oh, here you go.
I'll give out a nugget right now. When you go to pick it, a lot of people are thinking about the big teams. Like people said Penn State, for example. Why you're going to take Penn State? On paper, they're awesome, right? For the first season. For the first season. They also got a lot of players a lot of seniors that if you redshirt them, they're probably going to want to jump into the portal. And given the way the portal works and everybody has it's going to be a lot of different things happening this year. You know what I'm saying? So with certain teams, if you got a lot of talent, that might be a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Portal is completely different this year. All those years of people having great recruiting, number one recruiting classes, a top 10 recruiting class every season, and keeping those players for the entirety of the dynasty, that is over. No more. It is like these players, if they ain't playing, they jumping in the portal. Everybody got a deal breaker now. Last year, everybody didn't have a deal breaker, so you can get a guy, he'd have a deal breaker, you just sit him down and let him chill. But this year, every player has a deal breaker. So if you're losing, you're gonna be losing players. If you're not playing players, they're gonna be jumping in the portal. So a lot of different things. So
yeah, some of those shenanigans.
Yeah,
you know, they're not working. Alabama's in trouble here. 20 seconds left to go. The last thing that they need to do is something disastrous here.
So you may want to get a team that's
tough.
The classes are spaced out a little bit. You know what I mean? Where a guy don't really mind sitting because he a freshman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. See, Honcho's doing his homework.
Yeah.
And for those of you that have been hating on him, that's one thing you cannot say he doesn't do is his homework.
Yeah.
So if you plan on beating the champ, that's one of the ways that you're gonna have to do it, man. Knowledge is power.
Yeah. Yep. School ratings too with all that stuff, man. And that stuff is going to fluctuate throughout the year because, like I said, stuff is gonna change. It's not like the last year. A lot of stuff, even with the putting everything together, we wanted to make sure we factored in the new things. We weren't trying to approach it like last year, and everything was kind of like out of date. You know what I mean? So
exactly,
we were even the way we're working everything. We want to make sure that guys were in positions to get a fresh experience. It's still a college experience, but a fresh college experience to where it wasn't like stale. It didn't get stale because it seemed too redundant.
Oh, absolutely. And then, just two things I'll say is one, you don't know where you're drafting. So get your money right.
The main thing is getting your money right. Get your money right, and because I know a lot of guys they were struggling with that 25, and if you struggle with that
Yeah.
25, you're gonna be up for a rude awakening this year. So
Yeah.
get your money right. You know what I'm saying?
And do your homework. You know, you got potentially 32 teams for consideration. So you know, if
It's more than 32 teams, but I mean like
no, I'm saying there's only going to be 32 teams in the league.
yeah.
So I'm just saying. So
And I'm looking,
you
and
got
I
to
think
32 teams.
I think the bummiest thing you could say, like I saw a lot of dudes in the chat say, "Oh man, it's not after the guys with subscriptions get their teams, it's not going to be anything left." Like, bro, like
You haven't done your homework.
you haven't done. That lets me know that you have not done the homework. It's like it's probably 38 teams that you could. If Honcho got, he'd probably take him to a national championship. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And speaking of national championships, Arkansas halfway there. They've got the ball, they've got the lead, and they've got a first half in the books, man. They got the second half. They can clearly, chew clock, do whatever they need to do to get up out of here. So Alabama's going to have to toughen up. They need to get a stop here. Can't afford to let Arkansas score any more points if they want to have a chance at this title.
Yep, this is really the last game. I can't wait for it to be over. Oh, and he got him. Nope.
And that is that going to be? Is that going to be? Is he gonna? Is it gonna be a friendly quit? Is he gonna concede? You gonna see it through?
I want to see because that, like I said, all these things play a factor on where we put you. 26. Yeah. We had a guy quit earlier this year in the playoffs against Woody, and I mean earlier in this playoff cycle with Woody, and he quit. And we was like, yeah, well, we know where to put him.
Yeah.
Put him with the batch of misfits.
There you go, the island of misfits. Whatever happened to quality programming like that, man, for the holidays?
Man.
Them cartoons was fire, man. They was for kids and adults.
Man, Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. Higgy.
Oh, man.
You knew it was coming, man. You
right.
knew it was coming. That conch shell is everything, bro. That conch shell was everything.
Yeah, so, yeah. A lot of people don't know what we're talking about.
No, it's okay, because, they don't do their homework. You know what I mean? You got to be educated, because if you don't plan for yourself, you will be playing for it. Yeah. That's just the fundamental of life. And for anybody that's watching this game thinking that 26 is going to be different, if you do not grow and evolve,
what I'm going to say
and take a look in the mirror,
what I'm going to say
then it's going to be another long season.
What I'm going to say is this: for 26, if you don't know where you're going to be picking at, if you don't know, you don't know that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go get a team at every possible prestige level. You know what I mean? You want to go get a team. You want to pick a team here that maybe 3 teams that with great prestige level, just in case somebody doesn't take them. It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? So
happens all the time.
Happens all the time. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, we'll see.
All right, game on the line, 4 for 12. This is it. Down 3 scores. If Alabama doesn't convert here, and I don't think they will, then this is game.
That's speed.
Goes for the deep throw.
Got it.
Ooh, he held on to it.
Now, he literally could have done that majority of the first half, but he played fear.
Hey, man.
Playing fear.
Hey, better late than never.
I was taking him. I played him. I don't have a receiver over 92 speed, and I was taking him deep and was successful. That could have been a pick.
Yeah,
and I think
that's
75% of the passes he's thrown this game could have been a pick. We've been saying that. Even the direct snap, we're like, man, that could have been a pick.
I mean, this Arkansas team has been steady and consistent. You got to appreciate that deep throw. You know what I mean? Like that bomb, it was on the money. Maybe it's too little, too late.
Maybe.
Ooh,
You killing
I like the way he said to the inside, man. 4th and 4. You know, this Bama team is living on the edge, bro.
You gotta have more than a
They
quick
are living
QB
on the
draw,
edge.
man. The QB draw, it might, you know, might be it, man. This might be. You had a good run with it. They got some way crazier stuff in 26. So I'm eager to see what you
Yep.
guys are gonna be able to go to the lab and create, get jiggy with. But it should
Oh,
be
yeah.
fun. It should be fun.
All right, here we go. Game on the line again. Can they convert?
Ooh, great play. Great play.
Now, Alabama seem to play best when their backs are against the wall. This 4th down, man. Like, how long can this magic continue?
A lot of time left.
Yeah, a lot of time left, and I know that Arkansas, they're playing solid, and hopefully they don't get frustrated and try to come out of what they're doing. You know, they got a 28-14 lead, so just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. I want to see that running back though.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to see him get some action. You said he was 94 speed. How many? 220? 240? What was it?
220, 230, maybe with 94 speed, and then he had 90 strength, I think. Some strength.
Is that him, number 27?
Yeah, that's him right there. We had him. He left. He jumped in the portal. We weren't good last year. He left.
But he was the focal point of your offense, right?
No. He should have been, but no.
Too bad.
Yeah. We'd have
Yeah, he's out here just
living his best
17
life.
yards on the last 2 plays.
Yeah, living his best life.
Yeah.
Man. It's great to see
About to
players.
get a natty, man.
It's great to see players come through your program and go to a place and get a natty. You say, we had something to do with that development process. Put them in that position to be able to perform at that level. Put them in a position to perform at that level. Let's hold it.
Yeah. And this is the game's way of trying to slow things down a little bit to make the game a little bit more competitive.
Man Almighty, what up?
Hate to see it, bro. Hate to see it. All right, 2nd and 13. This is see if he runs any crossing route combinations, maybe rolls out. Nope. Hands it off, breaks the tackle. And now it's 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches.
2nd and 13. That is a tremendous run game. I mean, that just shows you that it is there. And he's just reading these running lanes, getting the 1st down.
Yeah.
And
they're doing great running after contact. You know what I mean? They're doing a remarkable job of running, falling forward.
Oh man, I mean, everybody's getting a hand on the body, and they're pushing everybody back. Inside, outside. This is good defense here. We're ready for that. But once we get to that 4th quarter, you best believe shoe clock is going to be on. And it's still been a dominant performance so far from Arkansas. 2nd and 14.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got the back open. Yep. Checks down. 3rd and 2.
Yep. Jay Savvy looking like he's going to get his maybe second natty of the year.
Yeah, he definitely seems extremely focused. How did he get that one loss? What was the deal with that? Was it a sin loss or was he on the road? Like what happened? Do you remember?
May have been a sin loss.
Okay.
I may have been.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think it was a sin loss.
Excellent defense there.
Let me check. I'll tell you right now.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna sit on this and make sure it gets to the. Oh no. I guess he wants to try to get this 1st down before the end of the quarter. Excuse me.
And he gets it.
Oh, had 2 people open. And there you go. 28-14, Alabama coming alive when it's 4th down. Can they make a stop? Haven't been able to do it all game. But keep in mind, this is college. It's nothing like a little special teams action to get your team going. And we have seen stranger things happen.
TG handed him his only loss of the season.
Okay.
TG in Miami.
There you go. Keep an eye on that clock.
What are you gonna do to assure yourself and your team that players don't jump in the portal and leave?
I mean, you gotta do your homework, bro. You have to look at what these dudes are there for. I mean, that's to me that's the most important thing because you may run a scheme, and that may not be what they're there for. We heard Illuminati complain about Michigan. Michigan just wasn't his style to play. I mean, I couldn't understand why somebody that likes to pass the ball the way he does took a run heavy team. Like that literally made no sense to me.
Yeah. Because they're a run heavy team this year. So if you're a passer, try to avoid Michigan. Like they're not a team you want to take if you coming out trying to run a lot of passing. Unless you plan on recruiting some receivers. So.
Yeah, and even then, you know what I mean. Some of that talent may hop in the portal because you tricked off a whole season. So, oh, there you go.
Okay, some defense.
Okay, got a defensive play. Can he take it to the house? It looks like he could go all the way.
Ooh, we got a ball game now. Hey, you know what he did? Which I'm not gonna say, but I'm gonna say he switched to my defense that I ran on him. So I noticed that everybody was trying to make it seem like, oh, Jay Savvy was, I'm like, I was really boxing Jay Savvy. He should have lost. I was getting to him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he waited until the biggest moment to pull off one of the biggest plays of the game. So,
and we got a ball game now, man.
Yeah, 21. If assuming he makes his point after.
Michigan gonna fall. That's the team that's gonna fall. I know it's gonna fall.
Well, it needs to fall into the hands of Black Phoenix.
Unless somebody's just a Michigan fan, you know what I mean?
Like Black Phoenix, this is the real. You talk a lot. Are you willing to take them? That's the question. Are you willing to take them, or they just don't meet your standards of excellence? You a real fan, or you a fair weather fan?
Nah, I don't think he's gonna take him. He's gonna try to get Clemson or somebody.
Nah, he's gonna try to get Texas, bro.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Disappointing when the alleged real fans, they sell you out for a video game. B. James never does that with the Titans. Come hell or high water. I'm not taking the Titans, and then he does.
That's because when I don't know what to pick, I just say the Titans because that's what I know. I know that pain and suffering. It's a familiar pain. It's familiar suffering.
There you go. You heard it here first. Commissioner, in spite of all of his pain and suffering, still putting together the best league on the planet.
Got it.
I love these route combinations.
He put a great route combination together.
Just when it looked like everybody was boxed, you had the receiver from the right coming over across the field to the left.
Great.
Beautiful.
Remarkable route combination right there.
Yeah. But, like we saw, Alabama went to the Brian James defense and was able to get a pick six. See if they can do it here again.
Nah, he's out of it now. He's doing something. He's deviated from that. So we'll see what happens.
He's trying to be clever.
Trying to be a little clever. It's going to the tight end on the outside motion. Touch pass here. So. Good defense. Good defense right there, Bama. I like it. But that's okay. He figured it out. He figured out the fits. That's all you need to know is the fits. Like, okay, once you know the fits, you know where to send pressure from. You know where to pick up the coverage at. You know where to, But this is gonna be a first down. He's in a bad situation right here.
Maybe. See if he can get that pressure on the left side.
If the back goes out, he's wide open.
Yeah, but, he's open on the right side. He stays in the block. Oh, did you see that jump off? But he still gets the ball to number 88.
Ooh, you need that. So.
And out the gate.
That might be the game, man.
He's still got some time. It's the 2 minute warning.
2-minute warning.
You know.
At this point, he needs a miracle.
Well, he's got some aftershocks out there on the field. So when you talk about miracles, they could be the miracle that he's waiting for. So this is it. 2 minute warning.
Ooh, timeout. Burnt it.
Yeah. What do you believe in? What do you believe in? The final game of the Madden Underground PS5 College Football 25 season. There's a minute and 56 left to go. With Arkansas 7-point lead in the rock.
There we go.
In scoring position.
There we go.
He runs the ball, and that will do it. You got to be careful here.
First and go. I like it. I like it. Take a knee. Get out of there safe.
I mean, potentially.
Football game.
Well, you got to think that yeah. There's at least one more timeout. Is he going to try to kick the field goal?
Nah, he's going to let it run out.
All right. Well, like I said, Bama still has one timeout left to go.
Timeout means nothing at this point. Oh,
No. You can't do that. Can't do that. He runs one play. He recognizes it. Now you're timeout.
Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah. See. So right here, it's 3rd and goal, and you have at least 2 opportunities. Can't stop the clock now, but you got that speed at receiver. So can you block this kick? What can you do to give yourself an opportunity to tie up this ball game?
I'm definitely going for the field goal block, but I think he already picked the regular defense, so kind of assed out. But he's gonna let this clock run.
Yeah, he is. But if he sees him in a regular defense, he's gonna kick that field goal.
Oh, he's going for it. He's gonna let that clock run. He's gonna take a delay again.
Yeah. Or a timeout. Yep.
I was about to say, take the 3.
All right, so here we go. Alabama. Special teams coach.
Can you block it? Can you block this and make a play? Do you have it in you? No, you don't. And that might be the game. That's the game, for sure.
Yep. That is 100% the ball game. Great run by Alabama. Great comeback. When it looked like the game was getting out of hand, they had all of those key fourth down conversions. And then they had the pick 6 that got them in striking range, but unable to get the stop.
So, and on PS5, we had Dimes won 2 natties.
Okay.
Savvy, this would be his second natty.
Okay.
TG won 1.
So he's the only one that won Xbox and PS5.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. TG's the only one that won Xbox and PS4.
Man Almighty saying no, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't? Who won it?
Doing a little bit of fact checking there.
Let me see. Or maybe he won. I think what you call it, 1-2. That's what happened. Okay, so
Who?
Franklin won 2.
Mm-hmm.
Dimes won 2.
Mm-hmm.
Savvy won 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Hibachi won 1. That's what it was. Okay, there we go.
All right, there you go.
Congratulations.
As we wrap up this college football season, yes.
Arkansas. Jay Savvy getting it done again. Savvy, Dimes, Hibachi. Easy work. I should have beat him. He's not that good. But
there we go. Put some respect on his name, holding up the trophy.
So Savvy won 2, Dimes won 2, Hibachi 1-1.
Mm-hmm. And Franklin 1-1. This is what they're saying.
Franklin 1-2.
He's saying
Oh
Franklin
no, Franklin
1-1.
1, Jay Douglas 1-1. Okay, there we go. There's it right there. So 2 for Hibachi, 2 for
Mm-hmm.
2 for Dimes, 2 for Savvy, 1 for Hibachi, 1 for Jay Douglas, and 1 for Franklin. Okay, yeah, that makes sense now. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Madden Almighty with the
You
history.
got it all down. Okay, good.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. There we go, man. With that being said, Philly, you know what time it is. That's old stuff right there. Don't pay any attention to that. People are like, oh look, dude, we got some information.
No.
Yeah. So, but with that being said, we'll be back tomorrow, 3
Love that
p.m.
logo.
3 p.m. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and 6 Eastern Time. We'll have all the information for you for 26. So make sure you guys lock in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Anything you want to say in closing, Philly? I wouldn't say that, buddy. Florida Atlantic. You barely beat me by 3, bro. You're not the best. Tune in tomorrow. You find out why not. But yeah, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock tomorrow. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Love it.
All right.